in their own bed that they've made, and they have to hope that the decision that they've made is the right one, with the Red Canids having to do the same with that IGL shift. They're also in a bit of an awkward boat in that same regard, I guess, where you make a roster change, and sure, it's one that they felt like was necessary, but it's still a drastic one in the grand scheme of their trajectory nonetheless, to where, as I said before, the major being right around the corner, Anthony, and I mean, both of these teams definitely in the running for something with the VRS standings and giving them a certain number of points for each win. That's how it works, but you also lose a certain number of points for each loss. And right now, if Flukes are to win, they bump themselves up by 4 points to number 38. Not shabby at all. And Red Canids, I mean, they're all the way down at 60 right now with the numbers that they've changed out of their names. So they would also only go up by 4 because the distance is just so much farther, to where if Flukes lose, they drop 4. And these are significant numbers.
I mean, look, these are both teams, when that RMR cycle rolls around, I entirely expect to see in the RMR itself, right? As for getting to the major, I feel like it's a story, at least banners-wise, of teams that have typically fallen short. Red Canids, Fluxo, for the past couple of RMRs, they've always been featured, but we don't really get to see them make as many majors as I would expect. And then you have the namesake here. It's hard to put a picture of what they're exactly aiming for when notoriety hasn't necessarily changed their stories and changed their trajectory. Over time, I mean, you'd hope it gets better. You'd want it to get better. But for Fluxo, I look down their lists of recent affairs and lists of recent series. They've had their clear obstacles, Legacy being one of them. Legacy obviously being a team who is no infrequency to major cycles and whatnot. In fact, I feel like as of the last few majors, they've been the guys up in the running as to being maybe 1-2 steps away from breaking out to the next level. Fluxo are just struggling.
Good old 2-step. Yeah, I mean, you look over at the regional rankings where it says VRS